Jukums Vācietis, Iwahai Vogamovich, Vācietis November, 23, November 111,873. July 28, 1938, was a Latvian Soviet military commander who played a pivotal role as the first commander-in-chief of the Red Army during the Russian Civil War. A rare non-communist party member among prominent Soviet leaders, his career was marked by significant military achievements, political rivalries, and a tragic end during Stalin's Great Purge. Below is a comprehensive overview of his life and career, drawn from available sources. Early life. Jukums Vācietis was born on November 23, 1873, OS, November 11th, in Janmoiga, Lutrii Parish, Kurland Governorate, Russian Empire, present-day Saldis, Municipality, Latvia, to a family of Latvian laborers. His father was a farmhand, and Vācietis grew up in poverty. From age 6, he worked as a shepherd and laborer while attending Eid Parish School. Between 1889 and 1891, he studied at the Ministry of Culture School, supplementing his education by working in a match factory. His early life was defined by hardship, balancing manual labor with education, which shaped his resilience and determination. Jukums Vācietis' military career in the Imperial Russian Army, 1891 to 1917, laid the foundation for his later prominence as a Soviet commander. Below is a detailed account of this period, based on available sources. Entry and early training, 1891 to 1897, in Ibajo-E, at age Shaba, Vācietis joined the Imperial Russian Army, enrolling in a non-commissioned officer training school. This marked his entry into military life, driven by his need to escape poverty and limited opportunities as a Latvian laborer's son. He excelled in his studies and, in 1897, graduated from the Vilnius Cadet School as a second lieutenant, earning an officer's commission. This achievement was significant for someone of his modest background, as officer ranks were typically dominated by the Russian elite. Further education and promotions. 1897 to 1914, after graduating, Vācietis served in various infantry units, gaining practical experience. From 1906 to 1909, he attended the prestigious Nicholas General Staff Academy in St. Petersburg, a competitive institution that trained Russia's military elite. His education there honed his skills in strategy, tactics, and military administration. By 1912, he was promoted to lieutenant colonel and appointed battalion commander in the 102nd Infantry Regiment. Stationed in Grodno, this role gave him command, experience, and prepared him for the challenges of World War I * World War I service. 1914 to 1917, when World War I broke out in 1914, Vācietis was thrust into active combat as a battalion commander in the 102nd Infantry Regiment, deployed in Poland and East Prussia. In November 1914, his regiment was encircled by German forces in Poland during intense fighting. Vācietis managed to escape, but he was wounded and spent a year recovering. Sidelined from the front in November 1915, he returned to active duty. As commander of the 5th Zemgale Latvian Rifle Battalion, a unit composed of Latvian volunteers, formed to bolster Russia's war effort. By late 1916, the battalion was upgraded to a regiment, and Vācietis was promoted to colonel. His leadership was tested in brutal engagements, including the defense along the AA River, January 1917, and the Battle of Riga, September 1917, where his regiment suffered heavy casualties against German forces. These battles, part of the broader Eastern Front, showcased his tactical competence, but also exposed him to the war's devastating toll. Political awakening. 1917, the February Revolution of 1917, which toppled the Russian monarchy, marked a turning point. Vācietis, stationed in Latvia, publicly supported the idea of Latvian independence, a bold stance for an imperial officer. He later argued in his writings that aligning with the Bolsheviks after the October Revolution was a strategic choice. To secure Latvia's autonomy from a potential restoration of the Russian Empire, while not politically active before 1917, the revolutionary turmoil began to shape his ideological alignment, setting the stage for his Bolshevik affiliation. Vic's career in the Imperial Army was marked by steady progression from a laborer's son to a respected colonel. His education at the Nicholas Academy and combat experience equipped him with the skills to lead effectively, particularly in commanding the disciplined Latvian riflemen. His Latvian identity and modest origins set him apart in the officer corps, fostering a sense of duty to his people that influenced his later decisions. By 1917, his experience in high-stakes combat and exposure to revolutionary ideas positioned him to play a pivotal role in the Russian Civil War. Jukums Vācietis' alignment with the Bolsheviks and his role in the Russian Civil War 1917–1919 marked the peak of his military career, transforming him into a key figure in the early Soviet Red Army. Below is a detailed account of this critical period, based on available sources, Bolshevik alignment. 1917–1918. Prior to 1917, Vācietis was not politically active. Focusing solely on his military career in the Imperial Russian Army, the February Revolution of 1917, which overthrew the Tsarist regime, and the subsequent October Revolution, led by Lenin's Bolsheviks, created a power vacuum and ideological ferment. As a Latvian colonel commanding the 5th Zemgale Latvian Rifle Regiment, Vācietis supported Latvian independence, seeing Bolshevik victory as a means to prevent the restoration of a Russian empire that would suppress Latvian autonomy. This pragmatic stance, rather than ideological zeal, drove his alignment with the Bolsheviks. In November 1917, Vācietis briefly commanded the 12th Russian Army and led the liquidation of its headquarters in Valka, aligning with Bolshevik efforts to dismantle the old imperial military structure. He then served as head of the operations unit at the Revolutionary Field Headquarters, organizing early Soviet military efforts. His decision to join the Bolsheviks was solidified by early 1918, when he was appointed commander of the Latvian Riflemen, a disciplined and battle-hardened unit loyal to the Bolshevik cause, role in the Russian Civil War. 1918–1919 Commander of the Latvian Riflemen. Early 1918. In April 1918, Vācietis took command of the Red Latvian Rifleman Division, a highly reliable Bolshevik unit known for its discipline but also its harsh treatment of enemies and civilians. Tasked with suppressing internal threats, he led the division against the rebellious 1st Polish Corps in Belarus, demonstrating his ability to handle complex counterinsurgency operations. The Latvian riflemen's loyalty and effectiveness made them a cornerstone of Bolshevik military power during the chaotic early stages of the Civil War. Suppression of the Left Senior Uprising. July 1918. On July 6–7, Vācietis' forces played a critical role in quashing the Left Socialist Revolutionary Senior Uprising in Moscow, a direct challenge to Bolshevik authority. With few loyal troops available, the Latvian riflemen's swift action secured the Bolshevik government, cementing Vācietis' reputation as a dependable commander. This operation showcased his ability to operate under pressure in politically volatile situations. Eastern Front Command, July–September 1918. From July to September 1918, Vācietis commanded the Eastern Front, where the Red Army faced the White Army and the Czechoslovak Legion in Siberia. He reorganized scattered Bolshevik units into a cohesive force, a significant achievement given the Red Army's nascent state. Under his leadership, the Red Army recaptured Kazan on September 10, 1918, marking its first major victory in the Civil War. This success bolstered Soviet morale and demonstrated Vācietis' strategic acumen in large-scale operations. Commander-in-Chief of the Red Army, September 1918, July 1919. On September 2, 1918, Vācietis was appointed the first Commander-in-Chief of the Red Army, RKKA, and a member of the Revolutionary Military Council, working under Leon Trotsky, the Commissar for Military and Naval Affairs. He established the Red Army's general staff, handpicking its members and laying the groundwork for a centralized military structure. His tenure focused on transforming the Red Army into a disciplined, professional force capable of countering diverse threats, including white armies, foreign interventions, and internal rebellions. From January to March 1919, Vācietis also commanded the Soviet Latvian Army, supporting Bolshevik efforts to establish Soviet power in Latvia. His leadership stabilized key fronts, but strategic disagreements and political rivalries began to emerge. Conflict and removal 1919. By mid-1919, Vācietis clashed with Sergei Kamenev, his successor as Eastern Front commander, over military strategy. Vācietis advocated halting operations at the Urals to redirect forces against General Denikin's White Army and the Don Cossacks in the south, arguing that the Red Army lacked resources for multiple fronts. Kamenev, however, believed simultaneous operations were feasible. Kamenev's successes in the east vindicated his approach, undermining Vācietis' authority. On July 3, 1919, Kamenev replaced Vācietis as commander-in-chief. On July 8, 1919, Vācietis was arrested on charges of belonging to a counter-revolutionary White Guardist organization, likely stemming from careless remarks made to officers after his demotion. Trotsky suspected Stalin's involvement in orchestrating the arrest, reflecting the political intrigues within the Bolshevik leadership. The charges were dropped by October 7, 1919, and Vācietis was released. But his tenure as commander-in-chief ended, marking a significant setback. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more military and geopolitical updates.